Children, have you ever met the bogeyman before? No, of course you haven't, for you're much too good, I'm sure. Don't you be afraid of him if he should visit you. He's a great big coward, so I'll tell you what to
Found
do.
to get,
Hush,
to make sure the
hush,
body isn't
hush.
identifiable.
Here
You
comes
want
the
to take a
bogeyman.
hammer
Don't
and
let
just
him
take
come
the
too close to
teeth
you.
out.
He'll catch
You
you
know, so
if
the
he
dental
does.
records
Just
are
Right.
useless after that. And, oh, hello.
Yeah. Oh, hi everyone. Welcome to It Tales from the Crypt. I'm Tim Lochran, joined as always by my co-host
Fred Schroeder over here talking to you about all things Tales from the Crypt related to the TV show and the comics and the movies and beyond.
We do a deep dive on EC Comics. We talk about the comic that the episode is based on, and then we go into the episode, and then we have a little more at the end to leave you with.
And today we're on episode 4, Only Sin Deep, directed by Howard Deutsch and written by Fred Decker again, making his second
Love it.
appearance. But before we get to
Mr.
the
Monster
episode and Mr. Monster Squad, let's get into the comic. This comes from Haunt of Fear 24, but the story is a Vault of Horror story and is introduced by the Vault Keeper. It's written by Otto Binder, who is another guy who wrote about 4,000 comic stories in the course of his career. Maybe most famous for creating Supergirl or co-creating Supergirl and doing
cool.
a lot of Captain Marvel. So a little prescient with Supergirl, the movie about to come out at the time of this recording. But the star of the show, in my opinion, is the artist Jack Kamen, who is known as like the most slick of all of the artists. You know, Johnny Craig was really slick, but Jack Kamen kind of puts him to shame, and he drew over 160 stories for EC Comics and 11 covers. That's more than anybody else. He's sort of the number one EC Comics artist, known for his really beautiful women. Yet again, came out of romance comics and really leans into that. Al Felstein described him as, when we sat down to do a Jack Kamen script, we did a story that was slick, modern, and up to date. His style was slick and controlled, yet personally, he was very loose and free, wild guy. So,
I mean, outside of work, you mean? Like he was like a party animal?
I guess so. He went to World War II. He was born in 1920, came back from the Pacific and started comics. Got to know Al Felstein at Eisner's studio. Will Eisner's the guy who did The Spirit. And Al Felstein, when he met Bill Gaines, he brought over Jack Kamen almost immediately, and he was known as this is the boy wonder that you were telling me about. And when he came to work for EC Comics, and they put him under exclusive contract, so he was one of the exclusive artists for EC Comics, which is probably why he did so many comics over that short period of time.
And this is the first one we have seen him do. This is like
yes. We'll later see one of his most famous strips. He draws himself in it as a comic strip artist going insane, and that was later adapted in one of the later
so we'll get that in the future
episodes. Yeah, so we have that to look forward to. He eventually, after the scandal of horror comics, moved into advertising and became a very that was very lucrative for him. He worked for like Playtex Bras and Mack Truck, did all those illustrations and built a really lucrative career for himself there. And interestingly, his son, Dean Kamen, went on to invent the Segway as well as the personal, what is it was the personal intravenous drug device was his big
Oh
hit
my god.
before
Is
that.
the inventor of the Segway the one that went off the cliff
No,
themselves?
so I thought so, but
Okay.
that's a I guess a wives' tale about the inventor of the
All
Segway.
right.
That said, his dad did do all the technical drawings for the Segway and for his products. He has like 400 patents of different
Oh my.
medical devices, and his dad, Jack
True
Kamen,
for
did
horror
all
comics.
drew, yeah, designed all that stuff, but got his start in horror comics, but more like crime comics with a supernatural bent were his specialty. Like this one
Right.
is
Like this
really
one is
more
perfect for that.
about, yeah, they would describe it as it was usually beautiful people, a beautiful couple who then would kill each other. That was like his MO, and he described them as I don't know what was going on with Will and Al and how they felt about women, but I would always get these Buster strips, is what he called
I
them,
have written that down a lot. I've got that written down when we talk about the comic.
because you said there would always be a line where a lady would somehow say, "Hey, listen, Buster," and that would be the end. And with Only Cindy, we get that twice on the first
Yeah, twice.
page.
The first page, I have both of those panels saved for this conversation. I loved that. I loved seeing Buster pop up, as we don't
Yes.
use that word much anymore.
No, your old
Um,
nickname, Buster.
that was my old nickname in the college because I fell a lot. I had no coordination, even though Buster Keaton actually had coordination and was funny. But mine was just I would literally pratfall and break things. We don't need to get into my clumsiness though. That extends to this day.
Well, here it starts off. Let's get into the comic.
Yeah.
Only Sandeep
Which,
from
first of
the.
all, sorry,
Yes.
I love this femme fatale angle, and it's like we've got two comics in the first four that are like the femme fatale who's doing something bad at the beginning.
Yeah, I feel like it was very much part of the zeitgeist of post World War II. I mean, you see it with the film noir
Yeah, like Double
movies with,
Indemnity. Yeah,
yeah, the rise of the femme fatale, and that either comes out of maybe anxiety from guys who were overseas coming back and women who had, joined the workforce in the meantime and
right.
had a lot more rights and,
Couldn't
wherewithal.
deal with society evolving.
Yeah, so you have kind of a schizophrenic idea of women in the 50s of either these scheming, malicious ladies who are after your money and life insurance policies, or the like beaver cleaver 50s stereotypical housewife. These were
Hmm.
these two views in the 50s. And in EC Comics, you definitely got the former, the very scheming, evil,
Yes,
duplicitous lady who, in our first page, has just killed a guy for a
murdered.
watch. Yes,
Lorna Vanston is her name in the comic.
and I love this second panel where his body is like falling out of the panel and spilling into
Oh
the
yeah,
next
yep.
panel. It's a really great design. And she just looks like so charming and
She looks like Donna
like,
Reed. Yeah, she looks
yeah,
like
glamorous
totally
as she's
sweet.
saying, "Thanks, Buster. Thanks a lot."
Yeah, yeah. And what I love about it too is I love the narrator in this one. Describes Lorna Vanson laughing again in a throaty purr as a tigress over her kill when she says, "Thanks, Buster. Thanks a lot." And then she says it when the next another guy's.
Yeah, comes across. "Hello, honey. Lonesome? Drop dead, Buster. I'm busy."
I only got time for one murder tonight. So she takes this guy's watch, right? It's a pocket watch. It's one of the ones that hangs. It's like an old timey watch.
Yeah, it's an old timey watch, and she needs, what she needs with this? She needs a steak, fancy clothes, a beauty shop treatment, the works. And this watch can get it for me.
Yeah, because like as the narrator says, but beauty like hers would No good, hidden in rags, buried in poverty like a jewel obscured on a dull leaden setting. What's a steak? I need a steak. Like,
Yeah, it's spelled
was
wrong.
that the 50s slang?
I think it's I think it I think it's steak spelled wrong.
Do you
Is
think she
my
wants a steak like meat? Meat? She
Yeah,
wants it to
that's
be
what
a
I figured.
STEAK? Because that's like
Yeah,
expensive, right? Is that's why?
maybe, or maybe it is 50. I want to go back. I forgot. Page one also opened the Vault Keeper describing what we're about to experience as another yarn. So that
Yes,
becomes a
I had that down
common
too.
phrase
Yelp
now
yarns.
in the EC comics tradition.
This is a Yelp yarn in a way. I mean, you and I talking is kind of a
Yeah,
Yelp
we're
yarn, is
yelping.
what I.
Yeah, we're
We're yelping
yelping.
and
Yeah,
yarning.
yeah. So she takes this gold watch to this really hideous looking pawn shop owner.
Yes, he's a solid weirdo. He looks like just glassed and kind of like a ghoul in a way. He looks like he could be like the Crypt Keeper's like long lost son.
Could be. Maybe it is. Who knows? But he tells her this watch is, worthless. Imitation gold. It belongs in a junkyard. Out of pity, I'll give you $1 for it. $1, that's all.
Yeah.
However, wait, your face! Lovely brown eyes, spun silver hair, luring lips. Listen, I have a proposition. At your age, Grandpa, sorry, I like him with both feet out of the grave. I really love this.
Uh, that was a nice burn. She'd catch more flies with honey, I think.
Yes. I mean, she really comes off from the very beginning as just the most unpleasant person. Just
Right.
the
Not
worst.
a very nice person.
Yeah, just the worst from page one on. We are
Yeah.
not on her side and just waiting to see what kind of trouble she's going to get into.
I do love though that we cut to the next panel and like she's just getting the goop applied to her. Like she's agreed to this thing, and as the goop is being applied to her, she's like, "So you mean?" Because she's like being muffled by the goop on her face. All you want is this matte wax mold of my face?
There she goes. That's the
And then
Faustian
the
bargain.
creepo's like,
She
"This is his hobby."
Yes. This
The-
there's really no more explanation of why
yeah,
he does this.
yeah, just none needed.
Yeah, just collecting beautiful faces
Yeah.
for no reason. Who
Capturing
knows?
beauty. I guess he is capturing beauty in more sense than the one. But she needs money. She has the beauty. She needs money to her end goal is just to find someone who has money and to can just take care of her, and she can use the money for the rest of her life. Like, and she knows that her tool to getting that is her beauty. But she
Yes.
lacks the money to get in the door, right?
Yeah, she needs to sparkle herself up. Maybe that's the stake. I need a stake. I need to claim. I'm not really
Yeah.
sure of that first line. What
Oh,
that
you're probably right.
exactly
It's probably like
means.
a stake. Like I need to put a stake in like a land
Yeah, I've
claim.
got
Yeah,
to get into this high rise to seduce Ronnie, I guess.
yeah. Ronnie Altgeld, which is like a very interesting name, Altgeld. Um, I don't know if you just opened up the yellow pages and bam, landed on Altgeg the third and was like, you know what, let's do it, Altgeld. But he's a playboy. Oh, and I also like the montage of her getting all duns up with "I'll take this dress, Madame Sonia." And I think we'll have a lot to talk about that on the actual episode too, because that montage is does a good job of
Something
everybody.
else. Yeah, in
Yeah.
the comic, it reminds me of the Vertigo makeover. And actually, this whole style reminds me of Alfred Hitchcock. Like the way the
Yeah,
clothes, the framing, everything very much screams this
boxes,
Hitchcock.
hat boxes.
Hat
There's a lot of hat
boxes.
boxes.
That was the thing, man.
um,
If you did not have a
that
hat
one,
as a lady, even though we never see her wearing one, you weren't
yeah,
shit.
we will see a veil though, and that'll be
Yo,
fun.
we will. We will. Those will come into later.
She gets money. She gets access to, I'm assuming, a party at the Derby or something. I don't know. What's a
Yeah, or the Stork Club. It's like one of those
yeah,
kind of places that didn't really exist anymore in the 80s when this gets adapted, so it's a little strange when Leah Thompson.
Would it be a gentleman's club of like hanging out and just talking, but there are women there to like hit on? It's not like a bar.
They had these like clubs. They weren't they were like 21 was the big one in Manhattan.
Hmm.
The Stork Club was another one. It was like, the equivalent of the Ivy, or, one of
Right.
those places back in the day. But you would, always wear a suit, and women would wear those 50s gowns and whatnot. And
Gloves, probably some gloves. I think she's got some gloves.
she's got those
Hmm.
long gloves. He sees her right away. Ronnie Al Alged the Third,
Altgeld.
human
Yep.
gold mine, was
Yeah,
always there with his uncrowned Miss Americas. And then her way of enticing him is to just slap
this is
him
great.
immediately.
Yeah, and call him a despicable wolf. Yeah,
Yeah, and
yeah.
I like, again, her hand is outside of the panel. It really makes it a dynamic,
Yeah.
action. And then
Hmm.
this is maybe my favorite line in the whole comic is when he says, "Get lost, trash. I want to meet that angel. No earthly girl could be so lovely. Here comes my fool." Was there ever any doubt? I love this guy. He also comes off
Yeah,
as a real
he
shithead.
he
Like,
is kind of
"Get
a
lost,
despicable wolf.
trash." What?
Yeah, so I don't like Art Altgeld either, and he totally just turns his back. He seems to like getting punished a little bit. Maybe he's looking for a safe word. I don't know, but
Well, I think her thing is that, she's played hard to get, and no one has ever
yes.
been hard to get to this human gold mine.
Yeah, and I love this sort of like thought. The narrator says she struck him hard, this man. She wanted to win and marry. She bruised his cheek and left the deeper bruise of angry humiliation inside. It's
Oh,
good.
jeez, that's good. Good
Yeah.
stuff.
And then he comes back like a little puppy and wants more.
And they're married in the next panel.
Bam, marriage.
Bam, straight to the chase.
Fast forward. And Laura got his bank account.
Yeah, so did he say before that she had 4 months to
I think she had six. I think she had six in the comic, and she has four in the TV show.
so almost immediately on the next page she
Yeah. As soon
gets
as Ronnie left, Lorna called the best skin man in the city. I love that. We're just going to call a dermatologist a skin man.
Skin Man. I think that's a term we should bring back for plastic surgeons.
Like we call them the plastic man, then, wouldn't you?
Gotta go see my skin man and get a fixing. And then the artist really goes to town on her looks between the next three
Yes.
panels until finally by the second to the last panel, she just looks terrible. She looks like a melted prune, that's just been
Yes.
left out in the sun too long.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Are you talking about the final panel when she gets caught?
Well, no, not that one is pretty awful. But even
Yeah.
on page 4, the second to last panel there, the dramatic turn from those last those
Oh
two
yeah.
above panels, and the next one when she's on the phone, and then this she's like unrecognizable from
Yeah.
who she was
I
in
mean, we
the
got some good
first panel.
sag here. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
It is good. So she finally realizes that maybe I shouldn't have given my face to that um strange pawnbroker. Maybe I should go back into my purse and find the slip. Or I guess you could this was a thing. I haven't really gone to too many pawn shops in my life, but do they always issue you a slip should you want it back? I guess if you like are giving up important stuff for a
Yeah,
quick
I you
hit
you
of money.
always can get yeah, you can always get your claim check basically. But
Right.
nothing is ever written
Full
like
price.
this, where the beauty
Yeah.
of lawfully pawned to Simeon Sykes, licensed pawnbroker. Oh, I guess she had 1 year, so it's been a year.
Oh, okay, 1 year.
Uh,
Yeah. And it's only she got $1,000 and then interest.
well, she'll have to pay. She'll have to pay the interest now, right?
Yeah, so it looks like it's 3,000 something or other, if I'm reading that correctly. But yeah, she tries to find this guy. and go back to him, and he's more than willing to blackmail her now.
Yes.
Now that she's got money in her coming to her from Alt Guild. So is this his sort of thing he's been doing? He's been like doing this to women, and then with the intent that the women are all then gaining a source of more money, finding their mate, and then they start to go sour to a degree, obviously, and then they've got to come back to him, and then this is his scam, right?
It must be because he doesn't have anything else sort of going on.
Yeah, he's not like and we'll talk about the TV show and where they go there, but like this, I think this is a lot cleaner and simple. It's just a a pawnbroker who is just scamming people that are greedy versus greedy.
I do love this line on the second to the last panel because he's now asking for $100,000 in
Yes,
1953 money, which is quite a bit. And
that's like
he goes,
millions.
"What? 100,000? How could I ask my husband for that much out of the clear blue skies? Besides, if he saw my face now." Yes, he divorced you. He'd turn from your hag face and be sick on the floor and kick you out. So think it over. Business is business. $100,000, not 1 cent less. Good night. Oh, please.
I like that. Not 1 cent less. That's a very like yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm the banker.
The phrase hag face, which they keep
Yeah, hag
using from
face.
here on then, I guess was a common 50s insult, was
Yeah,
hag face.
yeah. So she doesn't know what to do. She is at her wit's end. She needs $100,000 of 1950s money, which is, do the math, click, 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 at least a million, I would assume. And that's not something you just grab.
No. And so the next page, they really, her face veiled, hiding
Yes,
the
you get
hideous
the
hag
veil.
horror beneath. They really love this hag phrase. I guess that was like
I like that
just,
it's kind of alliterative. Hag whore.
yeah, hag horror. Yeah, so she goes back, has this idea she's gonna steal, basically pawn everything that he's given her.
Yeah, the mink stole.
And she's so unrecognizable that when the husband comes home, he doesn't recognize her. He he says, "Hey, what's going on here?" "Joke! Oh my God, that face! Ugly! Horrible! Who are you? What are you doing rifling my wife's room?" I love that's the reaction
Hag
to seeing
face.
someone. Oh my God.
Yeah, his hands are like held up, like, what do I do here, everybody? How could she reveal she was Lorna?
Yes, and her thought process is there's only one way, one last way, so this chump has to die. So what? The important thing is I'll get my beauty back, my golden assets, plenty of other rich idiots like Ronnie around to bid for it. Oh my
Yeah, there's no.
God. What a terrible
She's not even
person.
like, not even trying to come to grips with her hubris on this one. But I guess hag face does not lead to hag muscles because she takes him out.
Yeah, with some kind of statue. I don't know if there's any symbolism of this statue
It
being
looks like it's
used.
a woman holding
It looks like the
like a
Statue of Liberty.
gravestone.
Or
Yeah, I don't
maybe.
know.
I don't
Well, like
know.
a boombox gravestone. Like it's a woman in a gown and she's holding what I assume is a tombstone or something, right?
I don't
Anyways,
know.
it's enough
Very
to
strange.
bludgeon a man to death. That's
And
the
again,
important
on the
thing.
next page, we have another great panel with the feet kind of poking out. I love this technique that
Yeah,
he's using, this really like three-dimensional pop that he
yeah.
gives everything.
2 feet in the grave. To go harking back to that line, right?
Oh, yeah, there you go. I feel like this is
Mm-hmm.
a common image we're going to see. It reminds me a lot of the Christmas All Through the Night panel where his
Yes.
feet are large. It's like, that's how you know that's a corpse, just their big old
Yep.
feet in the frame.
Big old feet. Mm-hmm.
So she heads out wearing this veil. The pawnbroker has closed for the night, and then
Yeah, he's gone.
she's stopped by a policeman who then
Oh, I love this part. I mean, here's the conundrum. She has the money.
Yes.
She has the money, she could buy her face back, but the minute she does that, she's gonna look like the murder suspect because I mean, this is pre-DNA, but like the servants saw her go in and the servants saw her leave. So she's suspect number one. And the cop is like, "Oh, there's a woman with a veil," and that's the ID is that it's a woman with the veil that was coming and going. So, he's got his orders. He's got to take her down.
Too bad. Pretty face, too. Now it's a one-way ticket to the electric. Say, madam, I'm sorry, but, well, I have my orders. I understand, officer. You want me to remove my veil so you can be sure that I'm not the murderess. Lorna lifted the veil slowly, watching the policeman's face paled and then grew sickly green as he clapped his hand to his mouth. She's so ugly, she makes people vomit on sight.
Vomited on sight.
Satisfied, officer? Choke! And she knew she could never redeem her beauty now. She knew she was stuck with this horrible, nauseating hag face for all her life unless she wanted to end in the electric chair.
The electric chair coming back.
Back to the vault keeper with his puns, which I'll let you dig into.
Oh, yes. So Lorna ended up stuck with a dead pan. Well, there's many a wife who'll say the same about their husbands. Now it's time to turn you back to the old witch for one of her idiotic slime servings. Remember, if you're addicted to EC mags, if you're a real Gone fan, then you ought to join the EC Fan Addict Club. Why? Well, that is, I don't actually understand. Look, I'll see you next in my mag, The Vault of Horror. Bye now.
Bye now.
Why does he stutter at the end? Like, what? Oh,
I think this is sort of the Mad Magazine humor of like, hey, you got to join the fan club because I don't know, just join it, send that dollar in. Yeah, basically.
Get more of my butt chin. He does have a good like butt chin, doesn't he?
Yeah, and a big wart right there on the chin there. He's kind of
so that's our comic.
Hag horror himself. Yes.
Yeah, he is. He shouldn't be one to talk about hag horror faces.
Yes. So that's our comic. It leads us to the TV adaptation.
The adaptation, where we open up with our crypt keeper who's looking in the mirror because this is he says mirror mirror on the wall who's the fairest of them all, or fearest of them all. Sorry, he says fearest in his good pun way, and then breaks the glass because his face is so gosh darn ugly. And he's excited to bring 7 years bad luck to himself.
Now, coincidentally, the show ran for 7 seasons. So was this the reason? No man can say.
It was the reason for the seasons. Yeah.
'Tis the reason for the seasons. So this was the first regular episode, right? The first 3 were all bundled together as sort of a special, almost like a movie in the premiere. And this is the first time we don't have one of the, star executives like Richard Donner, Robert Zemeckis, Walter Hill directing. We have Howard Deutsch, who not the immediate choice, I would think, for a horror anthology. He's known at this time for
John Hughesy type stuff, right?
Yeah, Pretty in Pink, which was by John Hughes. And had he done Some Kind of Wonderful with Leah Thompson?
Yes, I think he did that. They met, right?
Yes. Anyway, not like a horror person, mostly known for like
comedies.
John Hughes type comedies. Yeah.
Yeah. This is his first TV directing also, I saw.
I believe so, yeah. And he's gone on to direct a lot of television since then. Leah Thompson is coming fresh off of Back to the Future, getting ready to go into Back to the Future 2. Well, had been a huge hit. Back to the Future was a monster hit.
Obviously, the Zemeckis connection helps.
The Zemeckis connection helps. She could do anything she wanted after that movie, and she did Howard the Duck immediately after Back to the Future, which was not a hit, was a pretty big
hear
bomb.
Me out.
Okay, go ahead.
This is going off of just my memory of Howard the Duck. I have not watched since I was maybe 11, but I watched it a lot at that time. So, and I think my little brother and I like enjoyed the hell out of that movie. I believe there is a naked duck in it though that is topless. I'm not sure if I'm telling the truth to that or not, but I
No,
remember that and I thought that
that's
was
correct.
hilarious as a child.
Wow.
And Tim Robbins and Jeffrey Jones, and I just remember thinking it was just like on this sort of UHF level of chaotically so bad it's good. I'm enjoying it. And I
Yes.
think even now, if you look at UHF, I think we can reassess UHF as being fun because it's Weird Al and we love Weird
Oh
Al.
yeah, I think
Um,
UHF is great, and it made sense for her to do that movie. It was George Lucas,
yeah,
production.
effects.
Lucas had not had anything that wasn't just a huge hit at that point. Like everything he'd done from American Graffiti on was like
Hmm.
an astronomical hit. She's coming off of
ILM is doing effects.
ILM is doing the effects. It seems like it's a guaranteed hit. The big problem with Howard the Duck, I think, was originally Robin Williams was the voice of Howard the Duck, and he quit
Ah,
2 weeks into recording the voice because he was not on set when they did all the animatronics. So they did
oh,
somebody temping the voice of Howard the Duck on set, and then he
yeah,
was expected to come in and do the lines,
just ADR it, right? Like just sync
ADR
it
it.
up. Mm.
And, Robin Williams, he's a amazing improv comedian,
He brings 110%.
and suddenly was not allowed to bring
Yeah.
anything that didn't match up with the very expensive animatronic robot duck that they had spent, millions and
Hmm.
millions of dollars on. So he quit, and they got, who they got, who I've never heard of, to be the voice of Howard the
Yeah.
Duck.
I
And I
yeah.
think that,
Seth Green was too young at the time.
yes, I think that was kind of the big stumbling block was like Howard the Duck with Robin Williams, I think, is a home run. Howard the
Yeah.
Duck with a no name voice actor who you don't know who he is, maybe
Yeah.
not the smash hit.
Well, you would probably have gotten the genie, you know what I mean? Like the magic of sort of the
Yes.
Aladdin genie,
Yeah.
which was obviously a lot of that was built out of improv, would have probably been in Howard the Duck, and it would have been a much more.
Maybe there it's a could have should have. It may have been another Popeye situation, so who knows.
I I'll defend Popeye.
I love Popeye as well. I think it's a great movie, but I think they were left a little flat-footed.
Yeah.
Pardon the pun.
So,
with
well, I got one
with
for you.
that.
So she went from Howard the Duck to Howard the Deutsch, and did. Come on, don't nod your head
Terrible.
at me
Oh, terrible. Yeah, she
to
did.
pick up on this episode.
Yeah, and so she plays in the comic it's not really said what Lorna does for a living, but here she's explicitly a sex worker, a streetwalker.
Yes.
Her first line, I believe, is "Want a date," which reminds me of Frankenhooker immediately. Uh,
Yes.
and I
Yeah.
have to
Yeah.
say, Leah Thompson really leans into the New York
Yeah.
lower
She.
class accent and has made that her
Yeah.
whole character is,
What she got, I ain't got.
hey,
Hey,
Buster,
yeah.
what she got? I
It's a.
ain't got. Why I oughta. You guys want to go play some stickball after this? Really sounds like
Yeah.
one
I
of
mean,
the
and this
East
was
Side
what.
kids.
Yeah. I mean, this is 6 months before Pretty Woman, right? So we're kind of getting a little. This is like kind of Pretty Woman adjacent in a way, kinda. Businessman, prostitute.
Okay, I mean it's. I don't think. I don't think movies or TV in the '80s had a shortage of prostitute characters. Unfortunately,
It didn't seem like it. Yeah, we haven't really grown up yet.
this woman is horrible. Like
Yeah,
her immediate thing is, I want this guy across the street, and the way I'm gonna get it is to immediately kill this pimp for his fake
kill a
jewelry,
pimp.
and really shoots him about a billion times in a very unconvincing way. Yeah.
Gimme the jewelry. This is strictly business, gets yelled at him. But in her accent, I can't do it justice. She's much more fun at it. And yeah, she kills this pimp for his jewelry. And because pimps have lots of jewelry, I guess, 80s
Okay.
pimps,
Sure.
I guess. And I noticed at this point, like, does Leah Thompson have like a star sticker on her face? Did you notice this? Like under her, like I want to say
Yes,
one of her
because
eyes. Okay.
at the makeover sequence, right? She rubs it off as like this is a
Yeah.
this
Uh,
star near my face. I wonder if they were like,
is that?
well, in in the prison system, if you have a teardrop tattooed, that
Yeah.
means you killed somebody. Maybe if you have a star on your face and a lady, that means you were a sex worker. Maybe that's like
Yeah.
what they
Yeah.
thought. I have no idea.
I don't know. I know that like sometimes people now cover zits with like stars, and it's a thing now,
Mm,
and sort of like this is what being a father of teenagers sometimes gets you to see, like, oh, is that a thing? You put that on to cover the thing, but I
yeah.
don't think they were thinking of this in 1989.
No, I think it was just an affectation to mean that she was lower class. Would
Hmm.
someone of a lower class would have a star on their face? I guess because they
Yes,
do make a deliberate choice to show her rubbing it off in that
that's her past
amazing,
life. That's her past life.
yeah, that amazing makeover sequence, which we'll get to.
We'll get to that. We got to get to the pawnbroker first, though. So we meet Reg, the pawnbroker, or no, Reg is the character I think he played in The Great Outdoors. I remember him from The Great Outdoors, um, who got struck by lightning 66 times. So I kind of like this character actor. He's another one of those guys that like shows up in movies, and you're like, I love him,
Yeah, he's a
lovable
very
pawnbroker.
doughy kind of sweet faced pawnbroker. Not what you really think of as a sinister practitioner of
No,
some voodoo
not
rites.
like the
That
comic.
no, and so it kind of threw me a little bit. It was like, this is your sinister guy, like
Yeah,
who's
I guess they put like a bunch of like makeup on his teeth. They gave him teeth makeup because he's got like spoiled teeth.
yeah, not
Um,
not enough. Not wasn't really doing it for me.
nah,
She goes there. Also, the pawn shop looks like the barest pawn shop I've ever like. Is anything for
very
sale?
tight and closed.
Yeah,
Yeah,
besides
no
these.
guitars. You need a guitar at a pawn shop. I didn't see one guitar hanging from the walls, and there should always be a guitar at a pawn
Yes.
shop.
So a great pawn shop is in like trading places, right? The pawn shop he goes
Yeah.
to in trading places, that's a great pawn shop. You got
Hmm.
the barbed wire or not the barbed wire. You have the cage in front of the person and like all
Yep.
the
Yep.
cases. This looks like this set cost about $5 and they got a bunch of Pier 1 import African masks to
Yeah.
put around and she's sort of
There's
looking at
more of
what.
that than there is of pawnable merch,
Right.
right?
Right. Which is, I guess, the clue that this guy
Yeah.
is up to some mysticism and whatnot.
Right, but he refuses her watch. I think the comic is much tighter in that it's like, I don't want to. This is fake, so I'm not taking it from you. This he's like, this is hot. I don't want it because it's hot. You can tell this has been stolen, and I'm kind of like, would a pawnbroker care? You can just be like, yeah, someone sold it to me, and then you have no proof that it was stolen. Um,
Yeah.
but
The
that's
logic
I
there
think
isn't
it would have
really
been funnier
solid.
if you just said like, you killed a pimp for fake jewelry, which then I think
Yes.
adds a little layer of humor that pimp was had fake jewelry. What do I know? This is Monday morning quarterbacking this episode.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. Who knows? Who knows what difficulties they had, getting
Right.
stuff and whatnot. Anyway,
It's
she
still
makes the
fun. I'm
deal.
enjoying it.
How much does he offer her for her beauty? What's the price in 1989 that he says? Isn't it
I think
still?
it's $1,000,
I thought it was
right?
10,000. Was it
Oh
just
wait,
a
no, you're right.
thousand?
10,000 bucks. It was ten
Ten
thousand
thousand
bucks. It
bucks
was only adjusted 10 times for yeah, ten
for
thou.
1980s time.
Um,
So, uh,
1980s.
I guess that's a fair price. I do love when he brings the goop out. and
Yes.
he's pouring it on. You don't see it actually hit her face, but you do just hear
No.
Leah Thompson make this noise, like she goes, "Ooh." It made me laugh for some reason as she's getting this goop
Yeah.
put on her face.
Right. Right. Again, very trusting to just let this strange man just plaster your face up in the back of the pawn shop.
Well, it's ten
Um,
thousand
but
dollars. What are you gonna do?
it's a lot. It is a lot.
Yeah.
Yes. And then we get our montage. But before we do our montage, do we get a glimpse into why our pawnbroker is collecting faces?
Yes. So what's going on there? There's something in the back room in the pawn shop, and
Yeah.
it looks like just a. I don't know what I thought. I thought it was like a
It looks like what
life-size
like was it
doll.
Barnum's like
Yeah,
mermaid monkey? You know what I mean? It's just this it's a face. I think it's the true hag face of a corpse, a woman's corpse in the back room of the pawn shop. And I believe we're led to believe, well, he says it's his wife,
right.
but that's kind of where this sort of side project ends. Like, we just see that she's there and that for some reason that puts the beauty on his dead wife, but it never brings her back to
No,
life.
what? So he's just like
So
making a corpse beautiful forever?
just making a
What
corpse
is the
less
point of
smelly.
that? Yeah.
Yeah, I do not know why this is in it because I think the comic had it cleaner, and we just needed a creepy guy who loved magic and swindling people,
And
and that would have been
money.
enough.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Why
yeah,
why add
yeah,
this weird thing, this other element of I could understand if the beauty is bringing her back to life, but he's just
yeah,
making a beautiful dead woman. I mean, maybe
yeah.
that's his
That's his
thing.
wife.
I don't want to kink
Yeah,
shame
that gives it a whole
necrophilia,
other.
but maybe
Yeah,
that's his whole thing.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Anyway,
yeah,
we gotta get to this montage, which is maybe the highlight
yeah.
of the episode.
Hmm.
Is her
She's first of all, she's reading New Woman magazine because she's becoming a say it after new
new
woman.
woman? Yeah, good for her. She's really
Yeah, yeah.
turned a corner, not at all morally, just like
No,
killed a
not at all.
guy, giving her beauty up for 10 grand, and now goes on a shopping spree. And the montage is not, is cut like something out of a teenage like makeover sequence. Like, I feel like this is,
Yeah.
you know,
Hats. There's a hat, like a Carmen Sandiego-esque hat that I don't even know if it goes with the outfit. I'm not a fashionista, but like I think at the time I would have been like, I don't know if this goes together. This doesn't seem to be working for me. But they're like, we got 10 minutes left of the day. Shoot the hat.
and the music choice is also very strange for Tales from the Crypt. It's
Yeah, there was some of the soundtrack is all over the place. Like there's like a Harold Faltermeyer sound at some point, like that
yes,
I'm totally into.
I was expecting to hear like bomb bomb chicka chicka bomb bomb. I
Yeah.
was expecting like that type of
Oh,
music
we'll
to
get
happen
to
here.
my favorite part of this, which is when they go to the party. There's two elements that are incorporated into the music. One of a wildcat screeching.
Oh yes, which becomes like her signature sound.
Yeah, yeah. It
What
becomes
was the thought process behind there? Is every
I love
time
it.
she walks
I
in,
love
rah,
it.
rah, Wildcat is
Yeah,
here. Amazing. Anyway,
which
this
is amazing.
montage, I was laughing at this openly and also being like, what is going on here? Why is she?
Yeah,
Why are we in like Pretty in Pink all of a sudden? Like,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
really
I think that's the Pretty in Pink of Deutsch coming in, and that's totally fine. Play to your strengths. I don't know if it works for this specific episode. Again, having fun with it. I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying having this conversation. So maybe that is the takeaway at the end of the day is like, let's have fun with Leah Thompson. She was an 80s icon.
oh
She
yeah,
currently is an 80s icon when this is being shot. So let's go nuts with it.
and
There's
playing
bubbles, I
very.
believe.
She's playing very much against type at this point. Like she had
Yeah,
basically played, lovable teenagers, and this one she's definitely leaning into the dame, the
yeah,
grizzled dame femme fatale, really
Yeah.
chewing
Yeah.
the scenery. So she finds her
Um,
perfect outfit finally.
mhm.
Gets rid of the star, makes sure she washes that star off, and
Star.
then heads to this bizarro high rise.
High
What's
rise party with like,
what is this?
you know, it's very 80s. Like she looks like a Nagel, right? Like a
Yes,
Nagel print coming to life.
very much so.
Probably intentional because there's a lot of white walls and stuff. And she's at this party, and we is this the first time that we hear that her last name is Vane? Because when she introduces herself to Mr. Price, which I think is hilarious, that Mr. Price, he's the money guy, right?
Yeah, and
And her name is Vane.
she's
She like the
vain.
weather though, but not she's
Fred
Vane.
Decker is working his magic at the Corona Smith Corona typewriter
Yeah.
there.
Um,
Uh,
but Vane was it was the comic, so we they ditched Art Geld for Price,
Big mistake in
but
my
they kept
opinion.
Vane. I think they probably just had trouble saying Art Geld because I still have trouble saying
Ronnie
it when I bring it
Artgeld.
up.
I have trouble saying
Ronnie Artgeld.
Deutsch, so what am
Yeah,
I
that's
gonna
true.
do? Yeah. Uh,
But we get this flirting scene that nails the comic. I applaud them. They kind of keep the slap, and I mean it's really they chew it up. They chew the scenery up.
it's pretty amazing. I am disappointed he doesn't have the line, get out of my way, trash. I want to see this angel.
Yeah.
I wish that they had kept that. Uh, but he does
Yeah.
slap her. They go right into and it's the hard to get. I'm playing hard to get lasts all of 2 lines. I'm playing hard to get.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I got you now. We're in the elevator. Let's get married. And that's kind
Yeah.
of the so very close to the
Yep.
comic, but maybe that's something they could
Mhm.
have expanded on instead of maybe the
The
fashion
wife.
montage or the
No, the
wife
fashion montage or I
weirdo.
mean, the wife is a dead thing, so maybe they're like, "It's Tales from the Crypt. We got to put more dead stuff in here, or like gross looking things." But I don't think you need it.
There is very little gore in this. There is a lot of makeup because when she starts
Hmm.
aging, they are
Yeah.
doing a lot of work on Leah Thompson to
Yes.
give her that horrible hag face as
Well,
it
yeah.
appears in the
Well, we'll get to
comics.
that because we got to
Yeah.
get to 4 months later.
Oh right.
4 months, not a year. 4 months. I think a year is a right amount of time to get married and stuff, but 4 months is pretty aggressive. But she wooed him, Brett Cullen.
And she's
She
right in
wooed
that
him.
hot tub the next time we see her in
Yeah, champagne.
champagne.
I want
Because
champagne in my hot tub.
I love that's something you only see in movies is someone in a
Yes.
bubble bath with champagne. Like no one in
Yeah.
real life has ever done that.
No.
It's like
No, I don't think so. Maybe
time to
rosé.
time to take a bath with my champagne here in my
Yeah.
penthouse
Don't forget
apartment.
the bubbles and the bubbles. Maybe that's why bubbles and bubbles. You think bubble bath,
It is.
bubbles,
I feel like
champagne?
it's
That's
a
probably why.
holdover
I figured it out. I cracked the
from
code.
like the 30s. It's like
Yeah,
where everyone had a
yeah,
white telephone and wore a tuxedo to
yeah.
dinner.
But then she notices she's starting to get old during is it the sex scene that she notices it for the first time? This and you
Yes.
maybe speak to this more than I
Well, I
don't even
dug
know
up
this was
an
necessary.
interview with her. So she was married to uh, Deutsch at the time
Deutsch.
and was good friends with the lead actor. What is his name? I forget.
Oh, Brett Cullen.
Brett Cullen. They were,
He was on like
but
Lost and he was on a bunch of stuff. I
yeah,
like Brett Cullen.
he's
He's
very
a good dude.
very
I think
recognizable,
acting.
solid character actor. Yeah. But they were good friends. And so she was like, they have to do this sex scene in front of my husband and my like essential best friend. And she said, I felt
This is
so
not.
uncomfortable. This
Yeah,
days,
I feel uncomfortable you giving me the players in this game.
the
Best
the
friend,
day,
good friend,
yeah, my best
husband.
friend in front of my new husband. And we're going to do this awkward sex scene. This is the days
Yeah.
before intimacy coordinators. So
Yeah, we really could use an intimacy coordinator here and it's not even a sex scene. It's just
I don't know how graphic it was originally supposed to be, but it's basically you're just hearing calling like, "Oh, baby, you're beautiful," and she is looking
Yeah.
just bored out of her mind and just looking in a mirror of herself, like obsessed that she's
Yeah.
got a wrinkle.
It does not look like it's a mutual fun at all, and she's starting to notice at this time that she's noticing it. I actually couldn't notice what was going. I didn't notice her face was starting to wrinkle or anything like that. I didn't think the makeup was as prominent here. It was very subtle to me as the viewer. Maybe it's the transfer. I don't know. Or I'm squinting my eyes, going like, "Is she old here?"
Yeah, I mean, Leah Thompson looks pretty great, no
Yeah.
matter what you do to her almost. I think this is one place where Tales from the Crypt could benefit from a an HD transfer, a little bit, because
Okay.
they all shot this
Yeah.
on 35 millimeter film, and I don't think they've gone back to retransfer it yet. I would love to see it all
Right.
cleaned up and actually
Yeah,
see the
because you probably
makeup.
see this transition better. Yeah, yeah. But it happens. This triggers her sort of like paranoia on her face because she's losing. She got the thing she wanted. She got all the money, but she's losing the thing that got her there. That's going to keep that money, which is her beauty. Um, and so she goes to the doctor, right? And she's got that veil. We're going to see this veil. I mean, this is giving me some Beetlejuice vibes, some Lydia Dietz. I'm also like, I think what's great is they did a good job casting Leah Thompson, who's already had old person makeup applied to them because they probably used the cast from Back to the Future because she's got to play Marty's mom. So she's this is old hat for her, is like having to sit in the makeup chair. So I bet she was like a cool sport doing this because the makeup when she gets old is pretty good, I think.
Yeah, I think they spent a lot of time and I feel like a lot of their budget on her final makeup
Look,
transformation. Yeah, so she's
yeah,
unsuccessful at the doctor, goes back to redeem. She gets the doctor
missed it by one day again.
the doctor puts the idea. Did you, you know,
Yeah.
do anything maybe to get a virus or something to make your face look like this? She's, oh wait,
Yeah.
4 months ago I
Oh,
sold my
did
beauty.
something I had never done before, which was sell my beauty. That could be it. That could be that, right?
So she goes back to the pawn shop where is that where they introduce the policeman that's his buddy as well
Yes, he
this
comes
time?
in
Yeah.
and the cop says to the pawnbroker, 4 bits you owe me, which I don't know what 4 bits is, but I think he buys him coffee and he's like, you owe me bits. What is a bit in currency? Is it?
So 2 bits is a slang term for 25 cents, a quarter of a dollar. Was 2 bits. So 1 bit
Hmm.
is 12 and a half cents. What?
Okay, so 4 bits would be 50 cents, right?
Yes, 50 cents. Yeah.
Do you think 50 Cent, the artist, would change himself to 4 bits if it was in the 50s?
Yep. The phrase
Quiet tells me everything.
originated from colonial times when Spanish silver dollars, known as pieces of 8, were physically cut into
Hmm.
8 equal wedges to make change. Each wedge was a bit worth 12 and a half cents. So
Hmm.
2 bits equal 25 cents. There you go.
Okay. I like
And
pieces of 8. That sounds very cool and piratey.
yes.
Um,
All right. So,
well, anyways, pawnbroker says not going to do it. I, you know, she's you're late.
right
You're
now,
late,
and
Missy.
now he wants, more money. And then we also
Which
see,
she's got.
which she has, but not enough. She's going to have to do the same thing as the comic and sell everything she's been given.
Hmm.
But isn't this
Steal.
also where we see the wife has turned from a desiccated
Yeah.
corpse into a
Yeah.
beautiful
I
corpse?
guess. Yeah.
That's his whole scheme.
We should forget, like, we also had like something at the beginning where a rando comes into the pawn shop before she even agrees to all this, and she's in a veil, and she's like throwing stuff around like "Yeah, yeah, da, ma." So she's lost out, which, sorry, I'm putting on my continuity hat, but if she at that time was the victim before her, then his wife should be beautiful behind the back because that's that woman's face, right? Am I crazy?
Yeah, maybe he needed. Maybe it was it's a
Wasn't
combination
enough.
thing.
It just got her to that stage.
Yeah,
It got her to that
maybe it
like
was
corpse stage.
a Serpentor situation where you needed all the worst
Yeah.
people in history to come to, all the most beautiful,
Uh-huh.
terrible women in,
Genghis Khan, Vlad
yes,
Tepes. Yeah, you need all
to
these
bring her
people. Yeah.
back. So maybe maybe with their powers combined, they formed the Captain Planet or
This
Voltron beautiful corpse lady that he keeps in the
wife,
back of a pawn
wife,
shop.
dead wife.
Yes.
I like this. This is the headcanon I will use from now on. So she needs to get money. So she goes back and gets the pearls. I feel like that's all she's getting from her house is just shaking up the whole house for pearls. It's always pearls and necklaces and more pearls. And then Mr. Price shows up.
Yes. And he
What do
doesn't
you do here?
recognize her
I
underneath that
know.
veil. And
What have you done with my beautiful wife?
she's
This is
like,
not my beautiful wife.
yes, starts quoting the Talking Heads. I wish they had brought back the Wildcat music at that point too.
I
As
yeah.
she,
Oh,
pulls out her pearl-handled pistol and shoots him a lot. Like
lot. I know. This is like Paul Verhoeven, Sonny, and The Godfather level, like of squib.
my note was, wow, she went RoboCop on him. And I think that's because there's so little gore in this
Yeah,
episode.
that
And
makes
they're
sense.
like, well, we got this one scene. And when she
Yeah.
killed the pimp, I feel like we didn't even see fire come out of the gun. She was just sort of
No, we did not.
pointing
We
it
missed the
at
muzzle
him.
flash. Yeah, there was a sound effect. No gun when she kills the
Yeah.
pimp.
As she kills the pimp. Uh, and so for this one, they went all out and put all the squibs on him, and she murders him horribly. It's sort of
Yeah,
the only real horrific scene besides her makeup and the weird corpse in the back of the pawn shop.
yeah. Poor gullible Mr. Price had to go out that way, but um, don't go away on business trips, right? He could have been there the whole time. Supports your wife. He could have been there for her emotionally, and he bailed. But yeah, so he's gone.
Don't look for a relationship that's only skin deep, Tim. You want something a
Exactly.
little deep. Oh, wait a minute.
Y-
There's our title. See, it's an important
Yeah, you
lesson
should
for
just
both
don't go
Ronnie.
skin deep. Go skin deep. Mm.
Yes, they went sin deep. By the way, there is another Tales from the Crypt that is called Only Skin Deep that we're going to see later
Of
on.
course.
they
Uh,
really
we will.
really milked this
They really
phrase
branched
for
out.
all it was worth. Yeah.
There were only so many phrases in the 50s to milk, so that I get it. We've come a long way since the 50s with more phrases like skibbity toilet.
Skibbity pee. Yeah. So what happens after she kills her husband and gets the money? She goes back to the pawn shop, and what happens, Tim? Please
Well,
tell me, because I fell asleep during this episode, so I don't know.
well, it follows pretty much the comic. Like the cop's there and is like, "Oh," he's like talking to the pawn owner, like, "Hey, you see the newspaper here? This is they want her, and that's her face." And she comes in, and she knows at this point that like her face is basically, now her enemy. Like she can't get that face back. So what she has to do is she tries to steal her plaster version of herself, and then sneak out the back.
She drops it,
Um, she
right?
drops it when she bumps into her old sex worker friend from the beginning. Again, a character that was introduced in the show, which not sure if that was necessary, but it's gonna come back because she bumps into her. We could film school this if we want, like if there's like, a meaning behind that or not. Like her past comes back to haunt her.
Sure. I think that character only exists to as a vehicle so we could hear that character's thoughts. Is hear Leah
Yeah,
Thompson explain
that makes sense.
exactly what she's gonna do. Hey, buddy, you know what I want? I want to seduce that guy. Let me show you how it's done. Instead of
I think what should happen is Bill Sadler should come back and do their things.
it might have been interesting since Leah Thompson leans so heavy into this gun mole accent. If she had
Mhm.
done a 1940s type voiceover through this thing, I was a
Yeah,
streetwalker, you see, down in the Bowery, and then I
a
knew I
lady of the night.
I was gonna use my good
Mhm.
looks to get out of here as use guys and get this
Use guys.
catch. Yeah. Maybe not. It
Well,
does have a very 40s feel to the whole shebang.
yeah.
A
Then we do a
little.
nice crane shot out of a borough. I don't even think it's like downtown New York. It's like somewhere, or like the highest building is like maybe 8 stories. It's not like the metropolis I thought from at the beginning, because now we're in daytime. It's like kind of the first time we've seen the city at daytime.
Yes, and the
Um,
city
and then we
is
come,
downtown Akron, Ohio. It's like it's
yeah,
yeah.
that's what it felt like. Welcome to Columbus. Um, So then, but she gets away with it. She just got to be old. I mean, I think her organs are still good. So she's just going to look like a prune for like the next, because she said in the thing she was 21 years old, and I was like,
Oh
dang,
my god.
21. Your like frontal lobe hasn't even finished going. You should be out and not having a whole getting a steak plan yet. You're supposed to go make mistakes, 21-year-old.
Well, she made some mistakes. I mean,
Oh,
she
that's true.
she
She
did
did make a lot of
murder
mistakes.
2 people. So
Yeah. Well, the
mistakes
good
were
thing is that by the
made
time
by
she's
this lady.
mistakes, and by the time she's 22, she will have learned some stuff. You're right.
I think she's learned a hard lesson. And this is actually, come to think of it, most of the time in a Tales from the Crypt, the person, the comeuppance is they die or like are
That's
murdered
true.
horribly. This one, she survives, but she's, cursed forever with that horrible
It's a
hag
fate worse
face.
than death,
I
because she will
get
have
for
a hag
her
face.
because,
Yeah.
she was very, shallow. She was only skin deep in her
Yep.
um, perception of
Full
life.
circle.
Full circle.
Well, the show ends. We feel that justice might have been served still. And then we come back to the crypt keeper who says, "Well, if looks could kill, so she did."
Yep.
Which reminded me of that Richard Grieco movie, If Looks Could Kill, for a
Oh,
second,
the
from like that
great,
era.
the great
Um,
Greco.
but then he, you know, says something and then goes, well, next time, boys and goals. And then we're out pretty quick. Crypt Keeper doesn't leave us too many other thoughts than that, and he's out. And that is the end of that episode. Not a lot of puns from my friend the Crypt Keeper as much. I mean, he broke a mirror. If looks could kill, fearest of them all. Yeah, that's about where it ends for my pun watch.
So what's your take on this episode after reviewing it now some 30
It's
years
it's
later?
it's not as good as the other ones. It's a good episode 4 of 6. I really like the comic though. I thought the comic was like top
The
notch,
comic is
fun.
great and really
Yeah, very clean and very like simple with its story. Like I said, I don't think we need the complications of the side characters and her being a prostitute. I think she could have just been like kind of just like a money grubbing beauty. You know what I mean? And you don't need it
right.
to be a prostitute.
Yeah, she could have
And
been like
then
a gold digger basically,
yeah,
like
exactly. You could have,
yeah.
yeah, gold digging. But yeah, I like the comic, and
The comic I think is fantastic. I think the art style and I think it's terrific. This episode for me the biggest challenge is Leah Thompson really leaning into that accent
yeah,
is a
as much as I
little
love her,
yeah, I
I
do like
yeah,
her. It was sort of tough. This is I think a little bit of a step down from the previous 3 episodes. It's the first
right.
sort of regular series episode, so we'll see. Also, the tone doesn't have that mischievousness that the other three
Hmm.
episodes have. There isn't there isn't as much
And
humor
playfulness.
to it. Yeah, or
Yeah,
playfulness. They play it a
yeah,
little too straight, and it sort of comes off to me as a little bit of a low rent Twilight Zone, unfortunately.
yeah, yeah. What you need is you need a ducky, like from Pretty in Pink, not Howard the Duck. Or maybe you can bring a Howard the Duck ducky.
Yeah, they could have made like her fellow sex worker friend more of a character. That could have been an opportunity there. Also, I think
Hmm.
the complication of the dead
The
wife
dead.
who's becoming a beautiful corpse is just strange
Yeah,
and like
I
it
would knock
doesn't
that one
make any sense.
to the
Yeah.
side. Yeah. Just make it and then make it just a creepy pawnbroker that's like creepy. We have a crypt keeper that is essentially the same thing, just isn't a crypt keep. Um, but again, it's the first season. It's finding its footing still. It's trying to figure out. It's going to push trigger feedback and what we're all thinking. So it's still fun. Like I have a
Yeah.
good time. Like that
Yeah.
Wildcat is like that. The whip snap is great. So all in all, it's not as highly rated in my mind, but still fun.
Yeah, it's still very fun. Like I did really enjoy a lot of the episodes.
This is probably going to be our longest episode because we had lots of stuff to kind of nitpick and talk about because it's fun and not great, but there's some charm when it's not great. I think to me, like that's kind of like the fun of watching things that aren't perfectly great all the time. You could talk about it.
Exactly. But we're coming at yes. I want to make sure we let everyone know we're coming at a place with love. We do love this show.
Yes.
And
yes.
This is like critiquing a family member.
You're not always going to hit a home run, and singles are good. You still get on base. You can get hit by a pitch and we'll get on base. Our episode today is brought to you by Joe's Voodoo and Pawn Shop Emporium.
Hey, is yours a fancy street-walking lady and need cash fast to make your steak and land a perfect millionaire? You don't need a pimp's jewelry. You don't need a Fender guitar. All you need is your face.
Hey, Buster, I only got 4 bits, and I need more cash to land myself a millionaire.
4 bits, okay. Simply take a seat. Head back, chin up, eyes closed. Our licensed associate will apply a proprietary mystical resin directly to your mug, where it will set, harden, and capture every detail.
Is it warm? Is it supposed to be warm? Tastes like Grandpa's ashes.
Hold still. This won't take long and you'll be on to your 80s teen comedy montage in no time. Done! Now I got your face.
Thanks, Buster. Now give me my 10K.
Don't forget your ticket. They always forget their ticket. Now to make my dead wife's corpse beautiful again, 'cause I'm a necrophiliac. Mwah.
All right, so we have this segment as we close out our review where we like to talk about something else that maybe triggered a thought or something creative that's fun to watch or listen to or read or whatever. And we call that segment the, with me kids, Vault of More. We did better that time because I think we just let me go with it. But then you jumped in. Yeah, I think we did pretty good that one. I think that'll be good.
All right.
I went first last time, I think. It's your turn, right?
Yes. So picking up on the skin of it all, beauty is only skin deep and whatnot. I'm recommending the Pedro Almodovar movie from 2011, The Skin I Live In. Have you seen this one?
I've never seen this.
It's with Antonio Banderas. It's more similar, I think, to Eyes Without a Face than it is to this, but it does have a beauty aspect of it, which is
okay.
Antonio Banderas plays a mad scientist, plastic surgeon who invents a new skin that is impervious to destruction. Like it's indestructible skin.
Teflon face.
It's like Teflon face. And he has kidnapped this woman and is experimenting on her in his
house.
How have I
not ever heard of this movie? And who did you say directed it?
Pedro Almodovar. So, Almodovar.
I thought I heard you say that. And now I'm like, okay, I got to get in here. So he did a horror movie?
Yes.
A thriller?
He describes it. I think it is like a precursor to the art horror that sort of came to fruition after Get Out. There was Hereditary and all these A24 movies. But Pedro, is a art house Cannes Festival winner.
Academy Award winner.
Did this insane body horror film. he's mostly known for melodrama and kind of Hitchcockian thrillers,
Yeah.
and has this very distinct visual style. I thought of that because of the drawings of this comic are so clean and precise, and Almodovar has that style, and it's all about skin and beauty in this, and it's
Not your mother. It's not all about your mother.
not this one. Well, there is some other stuff in this. It's a very, very disturbing film. I want to make that clear.
Okay.
It's
Yeah.
you're in for a lot with this movie. He describes it as a horror film without screams or scares. So it is
Okay.
really about just disquieting, very, very disturbing situation in this movie.
Huh.
That's all about skin.
That's,
And
I have to watch that.
yeah, and if you haven't seen Eyes Without a Face, I'm assuming you've seen Eyes Without a Face.
Long time ago. Yeah, yeah.
It very much calls back to that movie where the daughter in that movie is wearing that mask the whole time, and in
Right.
this one,
It's on the cover.
this beautiful Spanish actress is wearing this weird, I don't know how to describe it, but
Fake
plastic
skin.
surgery mask to keep her face from falling off, basically.
Hmm.
Great stuff. Very creepy. I think you'll enjoy it.
All right.
Very good movie, but very, very disturbing. So
Oh,
trigger
that's actually good,
warning
and it's gonna be
for everything. Yeah.
way better than mine.
Oh, what do you got?
I was kind of stumped here. Well, I loved that Wildcat screech
Yes.
so much, and that musical score, that all I kept going back to was the song by Rat-a-tat, Wildcat.
Oh yeah, it's a great one. Yeah.
This is a song you kind of inspired me because we were at the beginning talking about Ry Cooder.
Yeah.
You brought up jazz, which
Yeah,
is
yeah.
great. I listened to it; it's fun. But I have not stopped listening to this Rat Tat Tat song, Wildcat, because of the. It's got a good. It has Rat Tat Tat already has a unique sound, but like it brings in that Wildcat needle drop of like, and I'm like,
And I think it might.
I just
It
couldn't
sounds
stop thinking about
so.
that song.
It sounds so similar to the sound effect that they use in this.
the
I think
same
it's the
one.
same one, right?
Same
Yeah.
one. I
Must be a
listened
needle
to
drop. Yeah.
so much since I've watched the episode, and and that's why my vault of more is like, just go listen to this Rat Tat song because it's awesome, and go have a montage. But I did want to give like an honorable mention shout out to The Great Outdoors because Deutsch directed that movie, and it's I don't it, of the and John Hughes wrote it. Of the John Hughes written movies, I think he's obviously known for directing a lot of teen movies, and Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, one of the best comedies I've watched every Thanksgiving.
And Baby's Day Out, of course.
Jesus. But he wrote this, and Howard Deutsch directed it, and it has John Candy and Dan Aykroyd, and I don't know if it made tons of money, and it might qualify as a deep cut, but to me, I watched it on like VHS all the time as a kid because my family used to go up to the woods as sort of like a family vacation all the time. So I felt like I lived that that movie several times with like my little brother and I and all of our antics. And it's got the old 96er in it, which is like the awesomest moment in film comedy history. If you're talking to 12-year-old me. But I really do enjoy that movie. It is fun.
I remember watching it often on like UHF channels at like Saturday afternoon. It would be on, and then most of my takeaway, isn't there a bear that's like jumping on top
It's
of?
Bart the bear. Yes, jumps on top of John Candy, who gets pinned between a door and that. And there's history to this bear. He's the bald-headed bear of Clare County. So there is a horror aspect to the Great Outdoors in that while they are up there having wily, crazy antics, staying in a cabin with your family, there is this bear terrorizing the countryside that kind of comes back into play.
Much like the baby and Baby's Day Out. It all ties together.
Exactly.
with John
We're gonna-
Hughes's
you-
themes.
oh
Yes.
my lord, we have to confirm on that Baby's Day Out.
Oh, it's confirmed. I looked it up. John Hughes
Oh,
did write Baby's Day Out,
mercy.
which Joey
Oh.
Pants is in that, so there is some.
Does that have Christopher Lloyd in it too?
I mean, Laura Flynn Boyle, Joe Mantegna.
Oh wait,
I
no, I'm
don't-
thinking of Baby Geniuses.
Oh yeah,
No,
he
Baby's Day
is
Out,
in Baby
I'm doing Baby
Geniuses.
Geniuses.
Bob
Yes.
Clark's Baby Geniuses. Yeah.
When we get to the Bob Clark segment of when we get to talking about anything Bob Clark, we'll go to that one. But
Yeah.
okay, thank the Lord, because I thought Baby Geniuses was John Hughes, and I never saw Baby's Day Out, so I can't.
Baby's
I'm
Day
sure it's not
Out
his
is
best work.
basically like a live action Looney Tunes cartoon where three gangsters are trying to kidnap a baby and end
Okay.
up falling down a lot, getting hit in the balls a lot. And
Oh, so it's like a Mr. Magoo, right? Like the kid is like a Mr. Magoo, and all this stuff is.
yeah, it's like the baby is just crawling like unaware. That's all I remember of Baby's Day. I did see this
Yeah.
movie, shamefully. Is a baby crawling around, blissfully ignorant of these goofy gangsters, falling over each other, and they're like the gangsters in Goonies, basically, trying to get
Oh,
this
okay.
baby.
And Joey Pants is in that.
Joey Pants and Joey
Mance.
Joey Mance
Yes, man.
are the two of the gangsters in it. Yeah. We got to get
Well,
this
imagine
baby.
watching-
Yeah.
watching that movie and doing the Pink Floyd's The Wall with the Rat-Tat-Tat Wildcat soundtrack, and I'm sure it's going to be an improvement.
Yep.
Question mark.
Yep.
So yeah, I feel like we talked about Baby's Day Out more in the
Sorry,
more
I
today
don't
than
know.
any of the things. Any of the other things we were talking about.
Yeah.
No, actually, I was gonna to put a bow on it. I'm like, no, let's not put a bow on it. We're gonna end with Baby's Day Out.
Okay. Well, if you
solid show.
if you out there have any comments, questions, or concerns about Baby's Day Out or Tales of the Crypt or anything, you can reach us at
It hails from the crypt at gmail.com. We also have an Instagram page, which you guessed it is It Hails from the Crypt on Instagram, which we'll be filling with stuff as our episodes drop. And we appreciate you being listeners and being fans if you are. And if you're not, you're probably not listening to this. So I don't know what to say.
Yeah, screw you. And that sums it up. And
All right, play us out.
as we remain
In the crypt.
In the crypt.
All right, back to Baby's Day Out. Gonna watch that again.